Look, this is a scorecard from Joseph Goebbels. If you tell a lie big enough, and that's what they're doing. And you see Pelosi, you see Schumer. Ann just told me that Pelosi called the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Mark Milley, and they're trying to get him out on the 25th Amendment or to impeach him. Why? Well, because on Wednesday, they took Pelosi's laptop. She's frantic. There were some people in there that were special forces mixed with Antifa, and they took her laptop and they had that data.
You're not here to be Antifa.
Because they have that data. I believe they also have a source that is talking like a songbird. And the president is going to spring that person on us, so it will completely change, because it is someone that has said, I'm not going to do this. This is treason. Remember, this is treason, high treason.
Sir, could he use the emergency broadcast system or emergency action message to communicate
this? Yesterday that an email went around telling everybody about the emergency broadcast system? So there are those little signals that you see. You see that what I saw was the September 18th or 19th executive order 2018 that if foreigners were involved in the U.S. election, the president could declare an emergency. That means he knew back 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And that's why it's just all come together that COVID-19 was a biological attack. Let's not say it was an accident and it slipped out of a food market or anything. We're not that naive anymore. And when you think about it, COVID-19, why are they trying to kill our small businesses and make everybody dependent upon the government? Democratic socialism is the front door to communism. And none of us ever thought that we would be in that position today where this country became a communist society. But think of what's happening now on Twitter and Facebook. They won't let the president be on it.
I'm recording this because I have the link. Fact checkers took my post and wouldn't post it. So I'm recording off of my link before my link is gone.
They're censoring the President of the United States. This is amazing in our country that we would have ever thought this would happen. And that's why I was so disappointed in the Vice President. He had the opportunity, because if we had a 10-day audit, it would be very clear to all of us, and all 323 million Americans, whatever the number is today, it would be very clear what has happened to our society. So, God bless you. Let's keep fighting it. Let's support this president and the people like ourselves that understand what's happening in front of us. We shall not let it happen. We cannot let it happen. And I never thought we'd have so many Americans who have betrayed, and I believe it is for money, and the Chinese are moving the money.
I heard a thing last night about something coming out of Italy, an affidavit.
Yes,
is that correct?
that's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
That's just a small part of it. I had seen that 2 weeks ago. And what she's talking about is there's a person who is telling the world what Italy's role was using the satellite, Italian government satellite.
Leonardo.
Yeah, I was hunting for Leonardo da Vinci. But the Leonardo, and they were changing votes. But there were many countries that were doing that. But it had to be controlled from China using hammer and scorecard, in my opinion, because you couldn't have so many different attacks, because you'd be changing numbers in all the 50 states that just wouldn't match up. That has to be synchronized, taking control. They have taken control of our society. And we have one person, we just came from there in the White House, standing in the way. And it's going to mean, and you don't fully realize it, but every one of us here, every American out there is going to have to stand up. We read about it in history. We read about Normandy and all of that, but now we are in it. And so we must spread it. We cannot surrender. And the president said he wouldn't. You all know that that attack on the Capitol was done by Antifa, but it was enabled by McConnell, by Schumer, by Pelosi, and the mayor. They knew that was coming. You've all been up there. There were hardly any security police there, and they moved in, and Antifa did their thing, and then the media picked it up. I worked for Fox for almost 17 years, and it's disgraceful what they're doing. And unfortunately, Rupert is driving that with his sons, and they have now merged with the rest of the mainstream media. This is serious. This is expanding. We cannot let it happen. We don't have 4 years. As Hong Kong has seen, we do not have time. Time is against us. And Ann and I were just talking to someone about the information that's being released that shows clearly in those battleground states the cyber warfare that was used. We also I found out yesterday, that Comey, the former FBI director, sold the Hammer and Scorecard, this top secret program, to the Chinese. So you now have this top secret program that is like your iPhone. It gets in, it's called Hammer, it gets into the voting network, and then it has an application like on your iPhone. You have all those apps. It puts it on, and it modulates the voting so they win. Not by a large number. And I got a call Tuesday night at 11:30 that the ISI from Pakistan was now in the voting machines in Georgia. I called someone, let them know. The two candidates, Loeffler and Perdue, were ahead. I watched. 1 hour later,
that the people, the good people, the MAGA people who had actually gone in, and remember, we showed you these people were invited in by the Capitol Police on Wednesday during the breach of the Capitol. We saw people inside the Capitol pointing at some gentlemen in hoodies and claiming they were Antifa. Or were they? We ran this last night. Take a look.
We're not here to be Antifa.
We're not here to be Antifa is what they said. Did you hear that when they were going down the stairs? One of the gentlemen who stopped the cameraman, that man right there with the mask on, said to the journalist who was filming this, we're not here to be Antifa, but look to your right. You see that gentleman with the hoodie on and the mask? He's got something bulky right there. I showed this to General McInerney today, and General McInerney explained to me that there had several operations that were going on that day at the Capitol. Number one, of course, there was the Antifa operation, which was disguised as MAGA. They went in there to try and incite violence and destroy property, break windows, all the things that you've seen reported in the news, what they focused in on. But there was also a white hat operation to go and extract information. We believe these two gentlemen, and so does General McInerney, they were part of the military operation, as that gentleman very politely said to the journalists capturing this video, we're not here to be Antifa. They were leaving with hard drives, and Nancy Pelosi has got some computer equipment that's missing currently right now, and hence the reason why today she's demanding to invoke the 25th Amendment and impeach President Trump. This is absolutely extraordinary stuff that's breaking out, but now you're